we dispossess from the lands and territories deep rooted, and people don't understand that. They think, well, why didn't we just get up and move, go somewhere else? Now, see, I'm not saying that mining is no good, or forestry is no good, or oil and gas is no good. We need it. It provides an economic base, it provides us lights for this building, it provides warmth in our houses, ability to drive your vehicles. So the notion of sustainable development, I think, is important. And the way forward, and how do we incorporate that in an ever deeper way? You know, I was talking about my sister, the reliance on the salmon, and that go up this river here, spot up in the upper reaches of the Fraser River system, and the Chaco, and the Stewart River, and the Thatcher River, and those stocks are declining, and those stocks, habitat are being destroyed, cumulatively forest activity and others. And every minister, Crown, federally from Ottawa, they stop here. They don't see what's going on up in the upper reaches of this river. At best, maybe they go to Victoria, or maybe at best they go to Island Wide, maybe Prince Rupert. We don't see them in the hinterlands that people call the hinterlands, where we are being impacted. You know, if you really want to know what else is going on, go up there. What's just going stuff in Burnaby? To the parliamentary secretary, you should talk to our communities and see what our people have to say, what it is that we'd like to do. We've raised it with the Minister of Natural Resources Canada, the Department Minister of Fisheries and Oceans, the Minister of Transport. In Vancouver here, we have to come down here to talk to them. And it's like, you might as well talk to a doorknob. For all of the listening that we get. So it's important that action is really deep and that it follows along what the concerns are. Then people can start believing what you're saying. People can start believing what you're doing, but they need to see that action, that what's happening on the ground. Enbridge, probably Enbridge and Alcan are probably the two worst corporate customers in the province of British Columbia. In my opinion, at least where I stand, Enbridge burn all sorts of bridges. They send in consultants without any talent whatsoever. And all they did was really piss our people off. And they told them, you have to leave, we can't talk to you anymore. I mean, not like the way Sudan was talking. They came with a degree of arrogance. They didn't come with a degree of humility to talk to our people as equals. They came with this superior attitude that our people could see from all that nonsense. And they just sent it back and they never recovered from that. Despite all the handsome promises that we make. I think the biggest challenge that we really have in all of this is the impacts of where we see ourselves moving, not just in the next 5 or 10 years, but in the next 50 to 100 years, is the impacts of climate change. It's very deep, it's growing, I think, I'm not a scientist, but I listen to the elders that say, look, we're in a very dire situation. Where are we going? What are we doing that will lead us into that place where there's a point of no return? Carbon emissions, dioxide emissions, carbon emissions that are out there are significant. And I think this is where the debate is taking place. On the ground, people are saying connecting mining, connecting energy development, oil and gas, hydro development, all of this, and that becomes that place through which everything is seen in our communities. You know, they're not one-off projects. They're connected to this community here. Talk about cumulative impacts. I mean, everywhere you look, there's an impact of one sort or another. I mean, in adjacent to this, over 57 Garden Street at one point. They have one there, and it doesn't produce that much sound. So these are the cumulative impacts that happen when you look at it just from a narrow perspective of what will this project do? What will this project, as already what's there? And the governments, they shut their eyes to all of the cumulative impacts, the assessments that need to be done. They shut their eyes to the supporting First Nations who want to develop territory-wide